Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies Presents The Life, recorded live in studio with Don Smith and Jason Marshall.
All right, you're listening to WWSU 106.9 FM, Fairborn, Dayton's right choice. And I want to thank you for tuning in to The Life. I'm your host, Don Smith. With me, as always, my co-host, Jason Marshall.
How's it going? It's been a couple weeks. I feel like we're starting over again.
Yeah, I haven't been on in probably, 3 to 4 weeks? Something like that?
I think you've been off for 3 weeks. I've been off for 2, so we're a bunch of slackers. What have we been doing? That's the important question. Anything that will really explain why we've been absent for so long?
Nothing good on my part.
Awesome.
And if you really care, listen to the podcast. Not you in particular,
right.
but the listeners, because I've explained it in detail many times. So I don't want to just drag everybody through that again. What have you been up to?
I have been doing a lot of comedy, of comedy shows this month. It's just all through August, I've had a whole lot of opportunities to get on stage, including headlining at Murray's Pub and Grub, which that was a lot of fun. 30 minutes is a long time to be on stage with a microphone, but I survived it. I made it somehow. I was actually able to do, I think, 28 minutes is what my recorder said.
Shout out to Mike Morris for putting that show on.
Absolutely, yeah, he did it. He did a great job. That's a good show. And I'm still dealing with a sinus infection, if you can't tell on the little. I just feel stuffy.
Well, speaking of good shows, we got one coming up for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have Adrian Miller and the 42nd City group on for the last half of the show. And starting us out is going to be Kristina Hughes. She's the Queen of Fancy with a flair for the swear. That's going to be pretty awesome.
What was the title again?
She's the Queen of Fancy with a flair for the swear.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds like it just fit in really well on this show.
Yeah. Really lucky to get her on. So she's got a lot of things that she's had going on in the last few years, so we'll have plenty to talk about with her.
Awesome. And, of course, you said Adrian Miller's coming on with a lot of the crew from 42nd City. That ought to be a lot of fun, too. It definitely, Jason Marshall's put the show together for us this week because I'm being lazy. And I let him, he said, can I do next week, too? And I said, well, yes, you can. So he's going to be putting together next week's show because he puts a lot more effort into it than I do. I basically see what comedy shows are coming up, get a couple guests in, and that's about all I do. So Jason really does a good job, and I appreciate it. It's good to have you. This is like 1 year ago you became my co-host on the show. So,
yeah.
So it's like an anniversary. I'm going to cry. Let me find out what song we're playing here. And this is a girl power show with two guys hosting it. Somehow that happened, but there it is. So we're going to go ahead and we'll get some songs playing, and we'll be back here shortly with our first guest. Okay, we're back, and we have our first guest on Skype now. Let's see if we can hear what's going on.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can.
We're good over here.
Just making sure.
Good.
Well, this is Kristina Hughes. We were talking about her in the beginning of the show. Like I said, she's the Queen of Fancy with a flair for a swear.
That's a great title, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Former Miss America pageant contestant. She was Miss Connecticut. Is that right?
Well, actually, and this is very, very common, so it's okay, guys. It's all right. It wasn't the Miss America pageant.
Oh.
It's the Miss USA system. Totally different. And when I explain this, people usually go, really? In the Miss USA pageant, we don't have talent. Okay, so,
Well, that's a good distinction to make.
Yeah,
now we know.
Miss America girls are more, maybe we'll say wholesome. And Miss USA girls are more, let me turn that off. Miss USA girls are more about, like, beauty, poise, personality, and the ability to communicate effectively. And that's where the swimsuit part comes in to play.
That's the communicating effectively part?
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, yeah, guys are going to listen to you.
Right.
That's
one piece or two piece. I don't think it really matters.
What?
So it was Miss Connecticut USA in the Miss USA system, and it was a great experience, and it was a lot of work, and kind of glad to have moved on. But I like to bring my fancy persona from doing pageants on stage, doing stand-up comedy.
What are any similarities between doing stand-up and doing the pageants?
First thing that comes to mind is the audience reaction is immediate. I remember one year I competed in the Miss Rhode Island USA pageant. I competed in a lot of different states because New England is very tight, and I moved around a lot and went to college and competed in that state of Rhode Island. And I remember I was in the top 5 and I rambled on in this top 5 majorly serious question. And I could see some people in the audience going, oh no, because it was kind of like I was a favorite to win that year. And needless to say, I did not win that year. And actually in the top 5 was a woman you may know. I think she was suitcase number 1 on Deal or No Deal. That would be Claudia Jordan. When you're doing stand-up comedy and maybe you're starting out, you can kind of look out in the audience and see some people like rolling their eyes if your material is really weak.
Oh, yeah.
And scared. And I love my fellow comedians, but sometimes I'm like, please don't go into the LA traffic stand-up comedy routine. It's hack material out here. We all know the 405 sucks. We get it. Move on. What else do you have?
Is stand-up something that you've always wanted to do?
No, not at all. I grew up a very shy person, actually. My parents were hippies, very outspoken, so they created somebody who was very shy. And I moved around a lot growing up. I was in a different school every year until 9th grade. And I was just incredibly shy. And my partner in crime is Brian Vermeire, who's a stand-up comedian and voiceover artist and host and other things. And I kept going to see his shows and to support him and to bring producer friends to come and see him and that sort of thing. And after a while, I started saying, first of all, if you look at a lot of the flyers for some of the bigger clubs here in LA, you'll see you're lucky if maybe the Laugh Factory has one woman performing on their flyer of like 10 nights of performances. So I kept going, where are the women? And then I would go to some of these shows and I didn't see it or hear any women that had a POV kind of like I do, and which is a little Joan Riversy rant. I kind of started thinking, I could do this. And I challenged myself. I took a weekend writing class with Jerry Corley, who used to write for The Tonight Show. And he held my hand and gave me some ideas. And then after that weekend, I said, oh my God, I can't do this I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. Can't do it. And I waited about 16 months.
Wow.
And Brian was like, you could probably do this. I think you could do this. And I signed up for an 8-week class with Jerry. And at the end, you had to perform in front of your peers and family and friends who were willing to come out in 112-degree weather in Burbank on a Sunday afternoon and see myself do stand-up with some other, quote, beginner comics. Over those 8 weeks, I just kind of finessed things, and I don't have a problem getting on stage, and I don't have a problem with thinking of things that are interesting and creative. It's just kind of writing it out and working it out and trying it again and honing in on it. So I definitely never thought I'd be doing stand-up comedy, but I love it, and it gives me something to promote because I'm also an actor, and when you're an actor, a lot of times you book a pilot or you do a movie or you do an indie film, and it takes forever for the trailer to come out or somebody to buy the project, or they might not even buy the project. So now with stand-up comedy, I have a little more control in my career so that I can write my own material. I can work with writers if I want to have, Brian help me pump up some of my material. I can just kind of have more control and have things to promote like on a weekly or a monthly basis and get things out there for people on the web to see me. So now people are going, hey, when are you coming to Arizona? Hey, when are you coming to Chicago?
And they can always go to KristinaHughes.com and find all that information out and see some clips of your stand-up.
Yeah, and actually I also own fancycomedy.com, so that's even more particular.
Yeah.
And I'll be putting up some clips. I just performed at Nick's Comedy Stop. I was 8 months pregnant and visiting family back east, and was like, I got to get on stage. So I made some calls and sent some tweets and sent some emails out and booked Nick's Comedy Stop. So I'll be putting some of those clips online. I did a few pre-pregnancy jokes that were a hit.
I was going to ask if the pregnancy has changed your act any.
Well, I didn't tell the whole world that I was pregnant until I was about 5 months pregnant. And so I had limited time to really add that into my repertoire. But I have a few good pre-pregnancy jokes. And then I've sent you guys in something today that you'll be using that talks about after pregnancy. So I don't want to be the mommy comic because I'm many things besides just a mom, but I do love being a mom for the past 2 weeks. It's crazy. So I'll be sharing a little bit of that, but I still like my slant to expand beyond little Jackson Asher.
And that is one thing I wanted to announce on the show, is you're going to start doing a segment for the podcast called Time to Get Fancy.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that to debut this week.
I'm excited. I like the challenge.
I was looking over some of the TV shows that you've been on, and one that stood out to me, you were on Thunder in Paradise.
How did I know you were going to say that? That's so funny. That's so funny.
I used to love that show.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with Heidi Mark and like Vince Neil would come and visit. And somewhere deep down in my Instagram, I have a post with Hulk Hogan and I. He rescued me on set. I stepped on something and my foot was bleeding. And he's like, get in the cart. And he took me to the medic. And so I have a picture with him. You don't see the blood on my foot, and I tweeted to him, I think it was on his birthday or something. And I said, something like, I bet you don't have that phone. It's this huge brick phone on his lap, but I still have the bikini, and yes, I can fit into it still. So I save everything. And I can't believe that, that was like 20 years ago. That bathing suit has not stretched out. It was made by Eugenia, so it's top quality. Good friends of mine over at Eugenia. But you just got to love the huge brick phone. When I worked on Thunder in Paradise, I met the producers out here in Los Angeles who do Baywatch. And I remember when I first came to LA, I worked on Baywatch in the summertime for 2 seasons. I worked on it. I had a part, and then I had some featured stuff on the show. And I remember we would pass around this big brick phone, that had like 30 minutes calling for the whole month for like $100 or something, and like call casting directors, go, are we going to be here tomorrow? What's going on? So
yeah,
big brick phones. Yeah. So do you remember these episodes of Thunder in Paradise, or?
I just remember Hulk Hogan was in it, and he drove around on this speedboat.
Yep. He's awesome. He's a really fun guy. On a scary note, we did shoot that at the Grand Floridian at Disney World. And that is where the little kid had the unfortunate meeting with the alligator or crocodile. So I think of when the boat was pulling up in the beginning of the show, and we would all run out to the boat to greet Hulk and whoever the guest was of the week. I'm like, oh my gosh, what was in those waters? We didn't think about that.
I can definitely see that. That would kind of open your eyes when you hear about the story with the little boy and then realize that you were there.
We were there filming, which when you're there filming, you're doing it over and over and over again. So.
For days and weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
How many movies have you been in altogether? I know it's been quite a few.
I don't know how many films I've been in. That's a good question. I was, maybe somewhere between 20 and 40. There are some movies I've done, fortunately, that have not seen the light of day.
We know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was one, I really loved the script, and then the writer wanted to be the director, and the execution of the material was not that good, but it was very creative, and I hope someday that'll get resurrected and someone will do something with the script, because it was very cool. And since it's, Hollywood, I won't say who the director was, and I won't say the name of the project, but it had weapons in the name.
We did a TV show kind of like that.
Yeah. We're very glad it didn't go anywhere.
What was the movie in the 90s? It's like a cult classic, and I can't think of it, where like the boom mic falls on the actor, and was it Living in Oblivion or something? Yeah, I think it was Living in Oblivion. Was that it? And they're making like an independent movie, and everybody, it's like totally falling into a piece of crap. So
I haven't seen that one. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun to watch. Just having been on a lot of the independent sets myself.
Well, once upon a time, I did do some student film work, and it's nice to work with new creative people, but sometimes everything that can go wrong will go wrong, and a 2-hour shoot turns into 14 hours on set, and you're like, oh my God, when I get a copy of this, I'm gonna bury it because it's terrible. But you got to start somewhere. Yeah. But maybe you should start with other filmmakers in your class and not actors.
Well, you've done a lot of comedy around L.A. I've seen you've been at Flappers, the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, and the Ice House.
Yeah.
I don't know if you really want to get into this or not, but which one do you think is your favorite of those? I know a lot of comedians have what they think of as like their home venue.
Right.
To be honest with you, I don't really have a preference on the venue. I more care about the support from the staff or the bookers, because I believe it's a collaborative effort. And unfortunately, sometimes, you'll get in with people and you'll start doing a show, and then the bookers are like, how many people did you bring? And I'm like, how many people did you promote to? So I have a newsletter of like 15,000 people that are, worldwide fans, family, friends, people I've worked with before, people who've reached out to me online, people who know me from the pageant world. And I'll say, hey, I've got a show coming up, blah, blah, blah. Or I'll say, hey, you missed the show, but here's a clip from that show. And, I have it on YouTube to monetize from that, and I have it on my Vimeo channel to build my fan base. But I feel that sometimes within the business, either the comedians expect to sit back and do absolutely nothing, or the bookers go, well, I got the venue and I've got stage time for you, so you fill up the room. Or, the club goes, oh, well, we're letting you do a show. You bring everybody in and, we'll make the money on the drinks and the food. And sometimes they just don't, shout out who's doing the show. It's never a perfect scenario. I'm glad to get stage time, and I'm glad to work with some great people. But I don't have a favorite venue. I like them all, but I like big rooms, and I like enthusiastic people in the crowd, and not like heckler people. And thankfully, I have not really run across that. I was told that I offended some people. At one of the clubs over the summer, because I it's in my guys and lesbians joke you can see at fancycomedy.com, and I'll just say, someone said, a couple of lesbians left after your jokes. And I was like, oh, well, that's okay. Get over it. It's comedy.
Yeah, I always figure with comedy, if you haven't offended somebody, you're not doing it quite right.
Yes, when I plan my sets for the show, I'll kind of go through, okay, have I included these people? Have I included this kind of thing? Have I included that? I want to be an equal opportunity offender.
Absolutely.
And I've seen the clip you're talking about. I enjoyed it myself.
Well, I'm glad you're watching it. I got one more view tick marked on YouTube.
Now that I know, I'll check some of them out too. I've been a lazy host this past couple weeks, so.
Well, you go to fancycomedy.com, go to the clips area, and then you get back to me via email and let me know which one was your favorite, or you can leave a comment.
I will do that.
All right.
And next time we have you on, I'd like to have Ryan on too. I wanted to make sure that I introduced you to the audience first and got people acquainted with you. He seems like a really great guy. I've checked some of his stuff out too. He's really funny.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. I've Brian and I have been together for almost 18 years, so
awesome.
He gets a thumbs up, and he's very talented. I tell everybody he's a very clean comic as opposed to myself, and he's definitely got that late night talk show, quick thinking, clean cut kind of guy comedy, which is really nice to have. I am the yin and he is the yang, because, the queen of fancy with the flair for the swear, and then clean cut Brian Vermeire.
Hey, honey, where's the fucking beer? Where's the fucking beer? Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm doing the show. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's a live broadcast, so we'll.
We heard use of foul language.
I'm going to let that one go over the airwaves anyway, just because you set it up with how clean he is. So, I won't bleep that one just for fun.
Honey, what kind of beer are you looking for?
Yeah, right.
I'm far from subservient, so you guys will get to know that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Ward.
Yeah.
As in Ward in June.
Only when I make her wear the burqa. That's oh! Now everyone's quiet. God. Stop.
Hey, we live in LA. We see it on a daily basis now. Yeah, it's definitely a pro woman garment of choice. I mean, come on, bikini or
sure.
burqa, you decide.
Yeah. Well, they have the burkini now.
I'm dying to try one of those things on. The closest thing that I have to that
is a pantsuit. I'd imagine would be.
No, the closest thing I have to that is this. Because I like to get a spray tan before I do like bigger stand-up comedy gigs, because I put that much effort into my appearance as a woman on stage. It's this onesie, and it's bright pink, and after you get a spray tan, you put yourself in it, and then you zip it up, and then you can get in your car and drive home so that you don't put spray tan gunk all over your car and on your furniture. I bought it. It shipped over from the UK, but I haven't used it. I'm like, I'm going to put that on because I'm just afraid someone, like from TMZ or something is going to be lurking outside the tanning parlor and catch me in this pseudo bright pink burqa.
Now, I have to say, if you need to get a spray tan before you do a comedy show, I have to get to one of your shows.
Oh,
because
okay.
I mean, if it's
I don't go on stage in a bikini. And
okay, well that's why I was curious. I mean, you have to have the spray tan before you go on stage for comedy. Yeah. It was.
Well, I like to embrace my inner and outer fancy, and so things may be a little low cut, and we can like shape and highlight to make things look bigger than they are, and we can make my legs look longer because that was the big problem at Miss USA because I was barely 5'6". If you're 5'11" or 6 feet tall, then you're a shoo-in for Miss Universe or Miss USA. But God forbid you're 5'6". The more you spray tan, the darker you get, the taller you look, I guess. So
I'll have to remember that next time I go on stage.
Yeah. Just don't get the orange hands. That's the thing. Go to a pro. I had this girl. She looks like she's doing a choreographed dance while she's spray tanning me, and it's kind of like giving birth because afterwards around the nurses you're like, okay, move this, fix that, tighten this, clean this, all right. And this girl's just like, okay, lift up your boobs, okay, lean over this way, and hey, it's all for the good of having an even spray tan.
While she's doing interpretive dance.
Yes.
So it's like spray chi.
Yes,
yeah.
There's no modesty. The things I do to get on stage. Such a sellout.
Well, do you have anything?
I wear a banana hammock.
Is that all?
Yeah, but I don't spray tan, so it's just really
okay.
And he doesn't wax.
I don't wax.
Well, so, yeah, that would defeat the purpose of the banana hammock.
Yeah. Have you ever seen banana resting with cottage cheese?
That's quite a visual.
It is vegan.
That's true.
No, the cottage cheese part is not vegan. See, Brian and I were on a web series about being vegan.
And Vegan Brian 101, I think.
Yes, and Brian just kept offending the producer and like, he's like, "Can I bring my own beef jerky to set?" I'll have salads available.
Yeah.
She's like, "I broke the law. I allowed in cheese today." We're like, "Oh my god, we're so hungry."
I think I offended her when I told her that every time I go to the zoo, I get hungry.
That would do it.
I don't think she liked it when I asked her, what's for lunch? Seared panda? Almond encrusted giraffe neck? No. Yeah.
That's a delicacy, by the way.
Very good. Yeah.
I think you just lost half of your viewers.
That's all right. We're down to 2.
My mom and
even I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have anything you want to promote before we go?
They're not sure after that. They're thinking, well, what, to 2 people?
Hey, mom, please go to Fancy Comedy on YouTube. Please get that ticker moving up there. I think the next time we talk, Brian, I will have something pretty cool that we're a part of that's going to be available. But I would say for today, promoting just our simple our Twitter handles, at Bry Guy Comedy, at Fancy Comedy, your website.
The Bry Guy.
The BryGuy.com.
TheBryGuy.com. Yeah.
Bry as in BRI. People are like, is that cheese? I'm like, no, it's Bry for Brian.
The Brie
like
guy.
The Brie Guy. And I'm like, no, I'm not cheese. I'm cheesy.
It's because nobody can say or spell Vermeire. So it's a beautiful last name when you know how to say it and when you know how to pronounce it. But that's why I'm still Kristina Hughes.
Very
Much
nice.
easier. Yeah.
It's either Hugges or Hughes. People get it. So yeah, fancycomedy.com. Stop by, leave a comment. Tell me off. Watch my Al Qaeda joke. You'll love that one. I'm not kidding.
I enjoyed that one myself.
Yeah, that's a fan favorite. But depending upon what's going on in the political climate, sometimes I go, it's too soon. I can't do this one.
All right. Well, thanks for being on, guys. Really appreciate it. And we'll be debuting your new segment for the podcast this week.
Hey, our pleasure. We don't have cookies.
Yeah. What happened?
Are you guys full?
What happened to your cookies?
Somebody stole them.
Yeah, he's never told me that. They just vanished. I came here expecting cookies.
I want to know what do you mean by cookies? Or is that just a whole nother show?
That's a whole nother show.
Well, in high school, cookies meant something totally different. It was like a friends with benefits thing. Did you have that in high school?
No, but I think it's...
he was so clean and pure in high school, too.
I think cookies is like a meth head kind of a reference, isn't it?
Are those little bits of weed?
I don't know, because I think we still have those.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I might have to change the name of the show.
Now, we haven't had Andy on the show in a while.
Anyway.
Exactly.
On that note.
All right. Thanks for coming on. It's been a great time, and I hope to have you back really soon.
Awesome, guys. Take care.
You too.
You too.
Stay fancy.
Au revoir.
Well, next on the show, we're going to have Adrian Miller and some members from 42nd City. They'll be kind of rotating in and out. Should be a great time, so make sure you stay tuned. Don's queuing up some songs to play.
I think we're ready to go, so we'll be back here shortly. All right, we're back. Isn't it exciting? The Life is back on the air again. We were just back on the air a little while ago. We do have our next guests in the studio. We have the whole troupe in here, but we're only going to go one at a time because we like to build the suspense of just having one person. And I want to welcome back to the show Adrian Miller.
Hello, listeners. It's me, Adrian Miller, again, back invading your airwaves and your eardrums.
Yeah, they've been waiting. Ever since the last time. I keep getting imaginary emails.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Those are the best ones.
They are.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah,
I get the best emails from my imaginary friends.
I can get is,
Me too.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I mean, every fan is important, even the made-up ones.
Right. Well, those are the most important because they like me best.
Yeah. Yeah, and they live in my head, so it'd be really awkward if they didn't like me. So I'm just happy that they do.
Yeah. Well, that's where most of my hate mail comes from, too. So.
True.
So
I was going to try to keep things positive, but you had to bring that up. And it's a dark truth of this life and being a local celebrity.
How's your ferret job?
The ferret job is amazing. I had to get time off just to come down here, but I just want to say shooting ferrets in the face with peanut M&Ms is a dream come true, a dream I did not even know I had until that opportunity opened up. But
that is fantastic, and I'm glad this show helped you get there. That was just.
It did. I'm
jealous, actually.
Just speak your truth and your dreams into the universe, and the universe will answer back. And that is what the life is about. Saying, this is what I'm doing. And then next thing you know, Letterman called, well, not anymore, but maybe he'll do a Leno.
Yeah.
And come back.
We have a huge listenership in the Ferret Hiring People Association.
Right. Yeah, they...
that might be a little inconvenient. I told him that that I was sick.
Oh man,
because you can't really ask for time off when you just got a job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, who's gonna shoot the ferrets now?
That's true.
with the
I
peanut
just
M&Ms.
hope my score is high enough. I mean, it's kind of like they've really gone into
so
gamification.
They keep score? It's not
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of those new like tech companies that
So
they've
it keeps
outsourced
coming
to.
out. Every month you get a review, and they tell you how your
and there's always new
your accuracy
patches.
and everything.
You totally
like
get
that.
nerfed each time. It's the worst.
So it's like ferret shooting Go, like Pokemon Go.
Exactly.
You actually keeps
Exactly. And you just need to like keep at it because there's always young little kids just coming up behind you. You know, they're going to outsource it to children. You know, and I got to stay
points
ahead
for shooting them? With
wish.
peanut M&Ms. I have to keep clarifying that because we're talking about
peanut
shooting ferrets
M&Ms.
and children now.
We are shooting them with peanut M&Ms. Some children prefer it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Just want to put it out there.
If I was going to get chopped by any kind of M&M, it would have to be peanut.
Yes. No, 100%. Also doesn't have that hard center that, like an almond or a peanut or whatever nut they're putting in M&Ms nowadays.
Yeah.
Trying to pretend it's healthy.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I want mine the most unhealthy thing you can possibly shove in your mouth. That's how I prefer my M&Ms. Let's not pretend it's candy. It should be delicious and fattening.
That's a great motto for M&Ms.
Yeah, something to shove in your mouth.
You can shove in your mouth.
But won't melt in your hand.
Right, because that's
TM.
important too.
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons we were bringing you on is to talk about how your group's going to be doing sketches for the podcast. Really looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it too. They're looking forward to it. We have our writing team working on it as we speak. It's very exciting. I'm really excited about our first few pitches and working on them to get them out there.
Now, is this your first time doing audio sketches? Or?
Yeah, it's our first time doing audio. It's something that we definitely are looking into doing more of in the future. So it's really exciting to have this opportunity. And yeah, we love doing fake ads and stuff. Like this constantly an idea that we pitch, but sometimes it's a little like, well, I don't know. And you'd have to like get a bunch of, locations or props. So audio is kind of perfect because you can kind of hand wave all that away and just have sound effects and, the theater of the imagination at your disposal. The budget is $0.
Which is right up our alley.
That's right up. It's weird. That's right up our alley too. Budget of $0.
Yeah.
Or peanut butter M&Ms. I will speak the wish into the universe. I will also accept peanut butter M&Ms as payment.
Now,
that would be
is
delicious.
that for more ammo for work or?
A little bit of both.
Okay,
a little
so they don't
personal, a little
provide it
business,
all,
a little
or?
pleasure.
Okay,
I'm not going to lie.
okay.
A little bit of each. A little bit of each.
Okay. Well, I was kind of thought it'd be nice if they would supply the ammunition.
It's a government job.
Yeah, that's true. It's
budget cuts.
Yeah.
They're always looking for ways to bring that down. Contractors.
Well, yeah, every time there's a budget scare, that's the first thing that goes is the peanut butter M&Ms that they're shooting ferrets with. That's the first thing every time.
Yeah, they're like, do we have to use peanut butter M&Ms? Do they have to be M&M brand? Can't we go down to the Meijer and get the Meijer brand?
Is
it's
there
like,
a
no.
Meijer brand M&M?
I don't know. I just assume there is. I don't eat that trash.
Nobody wants the Walmart M&Ms.
Just thinking about that.
Sam's Choice M&Ms.
Just get a 5-pound dog food bag.
They're they're W's and
Tastes
W's.
about the same, yeah.
Then you turn it over. It's like, damn it,
Yep.
Earl. It looks like M&M if you just turn it over. We're going to get so sued. Let's unload these for, 50 cents each.
It stands for Walmart and Walmart.
Yeah,
Right?
Walmart and Walmart. Come on, guys.
Well, it's Earl, so him and Ed, Ed and Earl.
Ed and Earl.
That-
They're like
and that's
E&E.
really close to the M&M,
It is.
too.
They
So,
could turn it
it's-
sideways.
yeah.
And if you have dyslexia, it probably looks like the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I do. So
Yeah.
I don't even know when I'm eating
Yeah,
the
you're like
Sam's
E&Es
Choice.
or W's and W's or M&Ms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever I'll eat them all.
Yeah, that's sad. That's tragic, actually.
It is.
It's quite tragic.
It's an addiction. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Just like anything to get your fix. Anything to get your fix. W's and W's, E's and E's.
Yeah. I can pretend to be a ferret and get shot with them. I don't care.
Is this a true story? Are we getting into truth now of a true story? You dress up as a ferret on weekends?
I really shouldn't say any more about that.
I won't
it's
say
when
anything.
it bleeds over into the week that there's a problem.
That's
And this is a 3-day weekend coming up.
Oh, God.
Monday.
So you're going to be putting on some pounds this weekend.
Actually still counts as the weekend.
You're going to be putting on some pounds. You're going to be roaming out, waiting to
I
get shot.
just had to drop a bunch off so I could fit in the ferret suit again.
I see.
And now
I see.
Here comes a holiday weekend. Yeah,
I see.
Just my luck.
I dress up like a raccoon so I don't get funny looks when I go searching through dumpsters.
Dumpster diving?
Yeah.
Dumpster diving? You could also just dress as a hippie and go to Yellow Springs, and they'd be like, that makes sense.
That might be easier. Raccoon costumes are very expensive.
I can't imagine the dry cleaning bill. I can't imagine.
I'm probably losing money now.
That's terrible.
But I'm sure you got a really nice piece of furniture once, right?
Sometimes you
that
find
makes
some
it
really
worth
good steaks.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Just hang out in the Oregon district, like right at close, 11 o'clock.
I just sit behind Kroger's in a tree. When I see the butcher come out, it's fair game.
I'm pretty sure I saw you the other night outside of Kroger. That's weird.
It's pretty inconspicuous.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
A giant raccoon, a man-sized raccoon.
You see the size of that raccoon?
I feel like hashtag man-sized raccoon.
Yeah, now there's
it's
going
to be trending.
There's some places you don't want to do that. Like if you went out like to Preble County, that's not a place you want to be in a man-sized raccoon.
Yeah, no,
because
you're
you'd
gonna
be dinner.
Yes, yeah. This is going to be the story they tell their friends for generations to come about the raccoon that got away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the head they have mounted on their wall. They could go either way. I'd be very careful.
We ate on that all weekend. The best raccoon I ever had.
These raccoon gizzards are awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I won't tell the Ferret Hiring Association about your activities.
Okay,
so you can
good.
get as many peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms. I should specify because peanut M&Ms are trash.
I said peanut M&Ms at first.
I say it too. I slip up too. I just assume that everyone knows that I'm talking about the tasty, delicious ones and not the garbage ones.
Not the garbage. Faux healthy.
Yeah,
M&Ms,
the one your parents buy to be like, here, eat this instead, and you kind of throw it in their face.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's real food. And you're like, screw you and your real food, Mom. Yeah. You just throw it in their face. Yeah. I don't know if your childhood was like that. That was just mine. I was an only child for several years, so.
I'm waiting for gummy M&Ms.
Gummy?
That's when I'm going to get on board. Yeah.
Gummy M&Ms?
I want some gummy flavored chocolate, hard-coated candy.
Wait, so it'll still be in the shape of a hard-coated.
Yeah, I want the hard coating.
But gummy flavored. Isn't that just Skittles?
No, because it's going to be chocolate.
So chocolate gummy. Is there a gummy flavored chocolate or a gummy chocolate chocolate flavored?
There's going to be after today.
Yeah.
Oh, that just sounds like something out of a B horror movie. I'm sorry. Like some scientist was like, I dreamed this day would come and people would be like, but some things shouldn't be done.
Yes.
I'm done with radio. I'm headed straight into the candy world.
This is actually your Kickstarter, right? This is a backdoor Kickstarter.
It's been the long game. Yeah. This is where it ends. You've been conned, Don. I'm just trying to do a startup.
You only think I didn't know. I know of your confectionery dreams.
You saw the planes on my desk.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You're making your own. You've been stealing them, right?
Well, yeah.
At night. Yeah. You're just gonna beat him to the punch with your counter Kickstarter or your GoFundMe.
He's going to start making gummy cotton candy. I know.
Yeah.
Yes,
that was my next idea.
That was, actually, gummy bean burritos. That's what I'm more into the... Sorry.
Okay, now I'm picturing that because I'm like, what would you fill it up? Well, you'd have like, I just picture like jelly beans and marshmallow fluff. Right? With some Skittles sprinkled in. Like that would be like the salsa because it's all, or like Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids. That would be the salsa, right?
There you go. A little bit of spice. Kick it up a notch.
Yeah. Some jelly beans just to be sort of like the fajitas. Refried. Yeah. Why not? And then marshmallow fluff is like your sort of like slurry of bean and,
and sour cream. That's the sour cream. Yeah,
you could put icing on as sour cream.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Too,
Cool Whip instead of sour cream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somehow we have gotten so far off. What were we even talking about? There was something.
We were talking about my new job, shooting ferrets. And I heard that there's a delightful horoscope.
There are delightful horoscopes, but...
I have to know what's in store for me this week.
Should I open up with the matchmaker and then go into the horoscope? Because, close with the matchmaker? Yeah. Okay. Because we may even put the email out on the air for this person because it's so fantastic.
They need all the help they can get.
Yes. Oh, that's for sure. But we'll go ahead and start with horoscopes. Adrian, if you... What's your sign?
Oh, well, my sign is Gemini. I have multiple personalities.
I should have known that.
It's
Well,
weird.
you're
It's the
Gemini too,
first thing people
Jason. So
notice.
we're going to kill 2 Geminis with 1 horoscope.
Cool.
Or something like that.
Great. Figuratively, guys, not literally. Again, clarification. He is figuratively killing us with
Yes.
1 stone.
This is the clarification show.
Yeah.
Although,
And sadly, not a peanut butter M&M
no, it's
stone.
just a horoscope. And it's not a gummy horoscope either. So,
God damn it.
okay, Gemini. Dating is difficult for you. And that's because you struggle with remaining loyal to one partner at a time. If you have an
Because I
active
was
dating,
married.
Oh, God.
if you have an active dating
You're going to get me in
account-
trouble.
Oh,
You're going
hey.
to get me in so much
Hey.
trouble right now.
I didn't write the future. I just tell it. If you have an active dating account while you're in a relationship, know that you will be found out and publicly shamed for your infidelity.
Oh, no.
This is a warning from the
Oh,
stars.
God.
Your lucky conversation topic is Siamese cats.
Siamese cats?
Siamese, that's your lucky conversation topics.
Siamese cats.
All this time you thought it was fair.
All I know is that song from that old Disney movie
I
or
was
whatever.
really hoping
That's
you would
the
sing
only thing. That's the
name
only
of it,
thing
though.
I know, and it's I think
That's-
people are
that's
like, it's
really
kind of
why we
racist
brought it
now,
up.
so I can't even sing it because I'd be like, well, there's that thing.
I think we're past that with this show.
I'd be like, I don't. That's a lucky conversation. Good to know.
Yes.
Zach, if you're listening, disregard everything that you just said. None of that's true. Nothing is going down. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You are the only person I am currently seeing.
I am saying she
Wink.
did show up at the studio with 3 other guys, but that's just, I don't want to get involved.
I mean, he has seen them leaving my apartment while picking me up for a date. And I was like, oh, that's my sketch group.
Sketch or sex group?
And then you started a sketch group just to keep that lie going, didn't
exactly,
you?
exactly.
That's amazing.
That's what happens when you're a Gemini. You're constantly like, oh no, those other crazy sides of myself, and you have to be like, then you're starting a sketch group or a candy company,
Right.
and it's like, I don't know why this is happening, but it's just like, I don't know. I just can't keep my hands off those attractive boys. Just keep throwing themselves at me, or I keep abducting them off the street.
Either way.
Yeah, I do
Whatever
have the bit
works.
where I'm a serial killer with a windowless van.
Yeah,
So
we don't judge here. We just put your secrets out on the air. That's all.
that's right.
For
That's
everybody
right.
else to judge.
This
That's
is
what.
you guys are like, you guys are like Oprah here or something. You're just like getting all this truth. Barbara
Well,
Walters.
I have been losing weight, and I'm sure I'm going to balloon up again. So I guess that does make me kind of like Oprah.
Yeah. All you need to do is start giving out free cars to people, and you'll be like there.
There are a whole bunch in the parking lot. Help yourself. I mean, I don't have the keys for them, but
We're waiting till the end of the show for everybody.
But you
to
do
check under their
improv, so
seat.
improvise.
I checked under my seat, guys. There is no key
Nothing.
under the car.
Just gum. Just use somebody's gum.
Just some
under there.
gum.
Yeah.
Just some used, chewed up gum.
Yeah. You get a piece of hard chewed up gum. You get a piece of. It's exciting, all the stuff we're
so
doing
exciting. Come on the life, guys. You get free chewed up gum.
here. Yes.
The person with grape gets a new pack.
Yeah.
It's out in the lobby.
Oh, you can scrape off the bottom of the chair. That's actually how we clean our furniture. Are you being cute? Are you being told it's time for you to shut
Yes.
up? Okay.
Yes, it's time for me to shut up. This is just like every family reunion right here. They're like, Adrian, you've talked long enough. You should let someone else talk now.
But you are really good at it. So
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on
Thank you
and
for
talking.
lying so
Yeah.
convincingly. I really
that's-
appreciate it.
That's part of being a host.
That is part
That's
of being,
yeah.
that is like the key skill.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sure David would love to be in the hot seat and
Okay.
also hear his horoscope
Okay. Well,
to know
we
what the future
definitely-
holds.
Everybody has to have their horoscope read
Yeah.
tonight. So
Okay.
thanks for coming. And David is next in the firing order.
Hello.
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 You look either disappointed that you're here or
I'm feeling
that you had to
deathly
go
ill.
second. Oh, okay. Well, that's
Might-
good. This
might
show
crap
is good
my
for
pants.
that.
It's very exciting.
Awesome.
Playing
well,
Russian roulette right now as we speak.
Well, hopefully you just dry firing for the moment.
Good for you guys, bad for the people behind me.
I think whoever sits in that chair next will
It'll
probably
be
get the
rough,
worst
very
of it.
rough.
So,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Now I know why Adrian went first. She
Yeah.
planned ahead.
She was
That's,
also-
good thinking.
Apparently smells very gassy here, so
So it's not just you.
it's not me.
So how would you like to start? Introduce yourself, or do you want to hear your horoscope? Or are you just
Let's hear
so
my horoscope.
eager?
I'm ready to
give
hear
us-
this.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Okay. So what is your sign?
I'm a
David?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
This is going to frighten you. Look left. Look right. The people sitting around you will play a large part of your future. But until then, treat them with caution. You have no idea what they have in store, especially the girl in the glasses. Your lucky conversation topic is carp.
Oh my God.
That's a good topic.
Carp is definitely a good topic. So,
I think they're gonna kill me.
yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, treat them with caution. You don't know what they have in store. So
It might be the one to your left there because her lucky topic was Siamese cats.
yes,
That's
yeah,
not good
so-
for carp.
No, I think she's definitely gonna kill me. Well, I mean, it's really nice to talk, but I'm worried that I might die, guys. This might be my last interview.
Okay.
My
Well,
first and last. I'm
Well,
sorry.
we should make it count then.
Yeah, we should really make this count.
We got your dying words right.
Yeah,
over
these
there.
are my last words.
So where did you pick up this illness?
This illness. I went to.
I mean, the desire to be in a sketch comedy group.
Oh,
Where did that illness come from?
I thought we were talking about my other illness. That I've always been interested in comedy. I started doing comedy around 17. Started doing stand up, which was weird and just me being vulgar a lot. And
That's a big part of a
yeah.
17-year-old's comedy routine.
yeah, it's just gross. It's just me saying gross things. 'Cause I'm a very just weird person. So that was like the start of my interest in this, and then it's turned into improv. I found the Black Box Improv Theater, and I started performing there 2 years ago. That's been like a big part of my life recently. I perform there Thursday nights and every other Friday.
Every now and then I see some whatever Time Warner's Access channel is. I'll see some improv groups on there. Is that from Black Box, or is that just some other group?
It's probably just some other group.
Some other
I'm not,
group, okay.
I haven't heard anything.
You guys, okay.
Unless they're using this against me and they don't want to show me on TV.
It could be.
Which I'm very upset about.
I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to tell you that they're on TV.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
all those royalty checks are just
This
piling
is-
up.
This is damned embarrassing.
Yes. We just love to be silly because that's what we do here. So,
So what got you into comedy?
My family's really just ridiculous people. So like, my dad was always a funny person, and my older brothers are pretty funny people. And we used to watch like Saturday Night Live with Chris Farley and like Adam Sandler. So like early 90s SNL. Just seeing that stuff as a kid like really was something like interesting about it. It's like piqued my interest, I guess. I just keep going back to it. At some point, like I was in and out of stand-up for a while, and I just like will keep watching either interviews with comedians or stand-up with comedians, and it's like really interesting. So I just want to do it for money at
What
some
got
point.
you to transition from stand up to sketch? Just more. It's more creative.
It's more creative. If you go out and fail, you're not failing by yourself, and that's beautiful.
yeah, you're bringing the whole team down.
Yeah,
with
I
you.
love bringing
That's
an
awesome.
entire group of people down with me. It's magical.
Yes. Now, have you done any regular theater, or just
No. I did like choir in elementary school.
that doesn't.
That doesn't count. That's like the closest I've been to any like performing before
Would you
doing
like
stand
to
up.
sing the Siamese cat song for
Yeah.
us?
If I knew
Yeah.
the damn Siamese cat song, I would sing
Okay.
it.
I can't.
I
think
don't
of
know
it.
what it's from. I've heard it's racist.
Well, everything.
Feel like
They
being
say
a little
everything's
risque.
racist anymore, so you know. I got made fun of for dressing up like a ferret, and you like a raccoon. So I don't know if that's racist or not, but it's definitely something.
It's animalist.
Animalist
Species.
Yeah.
It's
I think
furries.
it's that, yeah.
It's called furries. It's a new trend. People like to dress up like animals.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh,
It's very weird.
so I'm part of a whole movement.
You're
it's not just
you're a part of a movement.
I'm
yes.
not alone.
Yes, you are not alone. There are other animals out there.
Scared.
I watched a documentary about that. There's like a town full of them somewhere northwest.
Don't go there.
A whole town of furries.
Yeah, and what
If there's
surprised
one place
me,
you shouldn't visit, it's that place.
they've actually branched out, and now some people just want to be insects because there was a fly on there too, which surprised me. I thought this was just an animal thing. Apparently
Hey,
not.
when you have that many animals around, there are going to be flies.
Well, you
that's
can't
just
Very true.
Can't discriminate
nature,
against
man.
against insects.
Who
Exactly.
wants to be just a pest? That's literally all you're being.
Yeah, exactly.
Your entire being is being a pest.
You wouldn't say that to Ant-Man.
Yeah, I would, because I don't
You're
like
a pest Ant-Man.
Yes, exactly.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Get some real powers.
And those rodents, don't like them either. Said the ferret.
It was a very interesting documentary, I gotta say. It opened my eyes to a whole world I didn't know existed until then.
Very gross, disgusting.
So I have to find out where this town is now, just so I can say I've been there amongst the furries. Not as one, but I would just imagine you go in there as a human, you would be like king, you know.
I mean, you're top of the food
Especially
chain.
if you're well armed.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go into a group of furries without being armed. That's rule number one.
What?
In,
You don't know what
furry
they're
conduct.
packing. They have suits. You don't know what's under those suits. Could be guns, missiles. What do furries have?
It could be 3 dogs inside of a suit.
It could be
That's
an
true.
actual animal.
That's true.
Inside an animal suit.
See, I want to dress up my dog in a human suit and send him out there and see what they have to say.
Do some
I've
investigating.
seen commercials where they actually try to buy groceries that way. It's very frightening.
Something about being on a radio show with improv group that just makes you just never know what's going to come up. And this almost feels like a good time to throw this article out here too.
Yeah, what the hell? It is a good time.
Just because of the furries and loving your animals and this is they have this Guardian Matchmaker section in our paper here, and I just want to throw this out there because you're able to put in just shout outs. It's kind of like a missed connections kind of thing.
Okay.
And there was one that just caught my eye, and I thought I would have to share this on the air. And this is from Alexi. I'll go ahead and say the first name. I probably won't put the email out over the air because that's kind of wrong. But especially considering what we're going to say about her post. Because I think her intent is not exactly the way I'm reading it, but I'm strange. This is her post here. Shout out to the adorable Pomeranian in the quad. I've never seen an animal so adorable, and it made me start wondering if perhaps I need a pet. The dorms don't allow them, but I'm looking for a Pomeranian breeder who will work with me quietly. Quote, quietly,
It's disgusting.
See, I'm not
filth.
the only one that thinks that. So,
This woman should be ashamed.
yes. So
What's wrong with her?
That's another thing we have to find is that town of the furries out there, so we
Send
can
her
send
there.
her there
Send her
because
away.
that is a person needs to be out there amongst the furries because then it won't be quite as disturbing.
Well, you didn't read the whole thing because there was something in there about looking for a peanut butter wholesaler too.
Oh,
That's
really?
awful. Oh my god. That's filth.
Yeah,
Yes, that is
it was
terrible.
very disturbing.
That's smut.
That
They're
person
posting
should be
smut
ashamed.
now.
Okay. Well, what now?
Go on to one of the other guys.
Yeah, is it time to switch? Yeah, we better get we
All right,
better
this is,
switch. Or we're
this is
gonna
my
run
best
out.
bud over here. This is Joseph.
Joseph. Is it Joseph or Joseph?
Joe.
Joe.
For brevity's sake.
Oh, okay.
Potato.
Okay. Well, welcome to the show, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you.
So, are you a stand-up comedian as well, or
No,
just
no.
the?
I don't have the balls. As David said, it's easier to fail in a group. I've never done stand-up before.
That is true. That is true.
I don't know if I should
You're not
use a softer voice or maybe go a little bit NPR here.
Sure.
We can.
Is that a little more comfortable for the viewers,
Yeah.
for the
that
listeners?
Yeah,
at
we
home?
don't want
Sounds
to.
good.
We
For the
don't want to
listener?
disturb any of
All
the
things
listeners.
considered,
yes.
I think it would
Yes.
be best.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you like your horoscope read to you?
I think I'm a Scorpio. I'm not 100, but
you don't know.
I'm October 24th.
October 24th. You are a Scorpio.
I am a Scorpio.
But it's real close to
Can I-
Libra.
give
It's
me
like
that
right
Cancer.
on the borderline. You want Cancer?
Let's hit it with the Cancer.
Okay.
I want to see what that's
Well,
about.
We have Cancer. You have an adventurous spirit. And more often than not, you're more interested in hitting the open road than hitting the books. Learn to curb your tendency to wander by attending local events and making friends with those around you. You might find you have more reasons to stay than you originally thought. Your lucky star is Sirius. That was, man, who picked Cancer? That was terrible.
Seriously? Well, I felt that hit home right there.
Did it?
Yeah.
And you're not even a Cancer.
I'm not even a Cancer. So I don't know what that means necessarily, but I'm pretty invested in the horoscope thing at this point. So
okay, well, that's good.
I'm fairly certain it's real. I don't know how it works. I haven't been to the high court. I don't know.
I don't know either. Like I said, I don't write the future. I just read it on the air. So how long have you been involved in improv and sketch comedy and all this shenanigans?
So I don't know how long for sketch, but improv has been about like 8. No. It's more than that. Like 10, 12 months.
10, 12 months. Okay.
I think 10 on the far end. Yeah.
Okay.
What got you into that?
This guy.
Okay. Peer pressure.
Yeah.
So
but it was definitely a really good fit just because.
Oh, that's good.
I felt really comfortable doing it because I felt like it's what I've always been doing, kind of. It's what the owner of the theater said one time, and I was just like, that kind of clicked because I was like, I'm always just being completely irreverent and moronic. And
that's good. I mean, that's for this show, we kind of try to stay away from that a little.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you guys read my bio. It was about a sentence, but I think that was all of it.
There was a bio? Did we get... yeah, there you go.
Talk about that.
Yeah, who do you plan to vote for?
Oh, who do I plan to vote for? Oh, let's see.
Which reptilian overlord would you prefer?
Honestly, as a reptilian, that makes me pretty uncomfortable to talk about.
Oh, okay.
I'm just, it's like I'm wearing a human skin right now. I didn't think I made mention of that.
I don't think my glasses they're supposed to detect. I ordered these specially for that.
If you look at my eyes, the way they blink, it'll be vertically. They'll close vertically instead of horizontally. Yeah,
that's crazy. I swear I just saw it.
I bet you did, and I know that you did because I allowed you to.
Oh, well, okay.
I let you in.
So it's not the glasses malfunctioning. It's just you have a power about you.
It's your third eye. You saw that one with your third eye.
I was not. That with my third eye. Mm-hmm. I didn't.
Yeah, it's right there. It's looking. You don't know.
I didn't even know I had a third eye. I've been looking for it, and I thought for sure I lost it years ago. But, So, how long have you been one of the lizard people? I mean, is this a since birth thing, or did you convert? Because I know there are some that converted.
I stole the skin that I'm currently in.
Okay.
Yeah, I ripped that off of a poor soul named Joseph Fool. He was a goober. I didn't think much of him.
You're probably better off.
Oh, yeah. No, I have no remorse. I don't even have that capacity in my brain. I'm a reptile.
Right. Yeah, cold-blooded. That's awesome.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
That's nice. Well done.
Anyway, how far can we go with lizard people?
Oh, I don't know if we should take it any further.
This is improv. I mean, we can keep going with it.
You're not a believer. I'm sitting next to a non-believer. Okay.
I'm a reptilian truther, and I just don't think that
you're a truther.
See, I'm a reptilian. I'm a reptilian birther, and I'm going to have to see your birth certificate to make sure, because I know that skin you're currently in is not your own, but there's still a being inside you. And I need to know that you were born in this country.
Yeah, you're not a reptile. You're just from Kenya.
Is that what we hold more offensive? Is that what we don't want? We'd rather I be from outer space and be like some subterranean species that's ruling the world, or that he's from Kenya. It's the other one.
That is a very good question. Which would be the worst part? Yeah,
the reptilian part's true. So
I guess we can't make fun of that. That would be racist.
Is
that a race? Is a reptilian a race, or is that the?
Yeah, no, we're a race.
Okay, wasn't sure if that was a species or it is. I don't want to. I'm new to this.
I see what you're saying.
Like I said, I'm a believer, but I'm still new. I'm recently converted.
What were you previously? I mean,
I was previously a crab follower. Crab people, not the itchy kind.
That's ridiculous. Crabs, really?
Yes.
That's so silly.
Yeah.
For what period of time did you believe that?
Mostly since birth. I mean, I was raised in a family of crab people supporters.
That's just goofy. You tell people you should be embarrassed about that, to be honest. They believe in anything like that. That's embarrassing.
I agree.
Like they walk sideways. You think they could rule the human race?
Well, if you get them drunk, they walk forward.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yes, you just have
I'm
to,
learning
you have,
things.
you
I'm
have to
learning
soak
things.
them in rum for quite a while before they get there. But
Is that how you cook them? Yeah, you give them a nice rum soak,
I cook everything.
and then you just eat them raw.
I hard boil eggs with rum. To tell you the truth,
That is really hard boiling them, isn't
exactly. That's why this show is so entertaining.
it? I see you munching on hard rum boiled jar eggs. I imagine if you did that, the room, I mean, would like have just an unbelievable
that would be
egg
terrible,
rum stench. I couldn't tell you what that would smell like in concert, but I imagine it's beautiful.
We should probably move on because we got limited time on the show. It has been fun, Joe.
I appreciate it.
Joe.
Whatever you
Joseph,
like.
Joe. And who's joining us now?
I'm Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Whatever.
Jonathan.
Whatever. Yeah. Anything.
That's good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
It's really cool, a sketch comedy group and no last names at all. That's fantastic. Is that so you can stay semi in character?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
always,
So you never know who you're going to be, so you don't bother with the last name.
Yeah,
That's
it's just a waste of time.
that's brilliant.
John
That's a really
or John or John.
yeah, or just Jonathan.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Thank you.
Hammers
Yeah.
at home. Like I'm not going to forget that. You know.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like
I hope
forming
we're
a
not
habit.
making fun of a stutter or something.
It's actually a mute.
All right. Yeah, all right.
It's good. It's good to have you on the show. Sorry,
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
just getting
No,
silly now. So, would you like your horoscope since everybody else started
Give
off
it
with
to
a
me.
horoscope?
Yeah, give it to me.
And you are
His name's John.
Taurus.
Taurus.
Ford Taurus. It's like
All
May 15th.
That would be a Taurus. Yes,
All right.
there you go. You should have actually read this before you came on the air. Grab a helmet because things are going to get rough.
Oh man.
Things aren't going well for you right now, Taurus, and that's because of your negative attitude.
Damn. All right.
Learn to brighten up, or a dark and dangerous fate could befall you. Your lucky conversation topic is athlete's foot.
Oh my god. Wait, hold on though. Seriously. Before I came here, I put on some socks that I wore to work out in. I put them on though, and I was like, I hope I don't get athlete's foot. I thought that today.
Are they socks you usually wear to work out, or
No,
socks
I
that
wore
you
them.
actually worked out in and
today.
put on dirty socks?
Yeah, because like I don't want to dirty a new pair if I'm
Not
gonna
for
wear.
the radio show. No,
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
gonna.
wanna,
I mean,
you don't
I'm
wanna waste
gonna
a
wear
good
it for
pair
like
of socks on the air.
They'll be on me for like 3 hours tops. That's not washing material.
3 hours tops. So you got up and got dressed for 3 hours just to come to a radio show.
That's right. Yeah.
I want your life. Sketch
You have a
comedy
nice job
in
over here, though,
3
just
hours
hanging
a
out
day.
on the radio.
What's that?
You have a pretty sweet gig over here, though. Just
Well,
hanging on the radio.
it is nice, but it's good to have you. How long have you been doing? Do you do stand up comedy as well, or are you strictly a sketch improv kind of?
I've been wanting to get into stand up. I've been thinking about it. I haven't like brought myself to actually do it yet, but I've been thinking about it. But I've been doing improv for like about a year. I took my first class in September of last year.
What made you decide to get involved in that?
I mean, in high school, I would take a drama class. That's where I first got introduced to improv. It was like really fun. I found that I was actually kind of good at it in the class, and I would make people laugh, and I liked making people laugh, so I thought that was awesome. So when I came to Wright State, I was in an acting class, and there we were also doing improv. And the professor, Jason Podpleski, he told me, hey, you should check out Black Box Improv Theater in Dayton. I feel like you could be a good match for it. So I was like, oh, okay. So I checked it out, and me and my friend signed up for it, and I finished it, and now I'm in this thing over here.
And what happened to your friend?
He dropped out, but like he might be in it though still. Like he might come in our group though, so it's cool.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
every now and then.
Yeah.
Can we call and ask him?
Yeah, I think you know him actually. Can I say his name on here? Is that cool?
For as long as you're not making threats.
No, that's cool. Clint Hinder. Do you know Clint?
I believe I do.
He's
Blonde, tall blonde, yeah.
very nice hair.
Yeah. I was actually we did a little theater thing over last spring. Just a little like 10-minute play we were in.
Oh yeah.
Over there.
Okay. Yeah. I was in that like 2 years ago.
So you graduated from Wright State, or are you
I'm
still going
here.
or did you
I'm a
run
junior.
away?
Junior, yeah.
You're still going.
Mm-hmm.
What's your major?
Marketing.
Marketing.
Yeah,
Took an acting class for marketing.
Well, I mean,
that's probably
I used to
not
be,
a bad idea.
I mean, you need it, but
just like grocery store etiquette and things.
Well, like I used to be accounting.
That's super marketing.
I didn't get it at first, but all right, yeah, it was good. So I used to be accounting and theater studies. I tell people that all the time, and everyone's always like, "Oh, okay, cool," and I'm like, "You should be like, oh, that's like crazy, you know? Those are two opposite things." So I think it's kind of cool. I decided to do marketing. I don't know why, but I did. Yeah, it was fun though.
Well, it kind of joins the two.
Yeah, like sorta. In the littlest way possible.
Yeah, and well, that's all we're interested in. It's the littlest way. If we can make any connection at all,
the little things in life.
Yeah. Now, do you have anything coming up? Any of you guys have anything coming up as far as shows? I know you.
We perform every Thursday.
Perform every Thursday
Black Box
at the Black Box Theater. Where exactly is that located? East Third Street. Okay.
It's like kind of close to where the Dayton Dragons play.
Oh,
it's like
okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's around that area.
I guess if you want me to talk about Black Box.
Yeah, you're the most.
Get up, John.
Are you okay to talk some more? Are you okay? The chair's all right.
You just over there.
Oh, okay. As long as it's on the couch. As long as then it's community property, and you don't have to take.
Sorry, John. I am so sorry.
It's community property now, and you don't have to take credit for it. So.
Oh yeah, so I'm also the chief operating officer of 42nd City now, which is hilarious. Yeah. I'm the Triple H of my.
What does that entail?
I'm just basically taking over a lot of the social media stuff and setting up events for us as far as filming. Yeah, craft services, very base things. Chief operating officer, ladies and gentlemen.
So basically, anything nobody else wants to do.
Everything that nobody wants to do.
Right. Yeah.
That is my job. But it needs to get done.
Well, yeah,
somebody needs to do it, and it's this guy, the Triple H.
There you go. There you go.
I want to put that out there that I am once again the Triple H, pro wrestling superstar of 42nd City.
So the Black Box info.
Yeah. Okay. So I can actually. The Black Box, is located on East 3rd Street, and we have shows every Thursday at 8, and they're $5 every Thursday. Shows on Friday every week that are $12. And they start at 9. But the shows Friday, I'm on the shows every other Friday. So I will perform once every other week. And we also, during the fall, will move back to Saturdays. So we'll have Thursday shows, Friday shows, and Saturday shows.
Awesome. Now, how would somebody get involved as far as taking classes and becoming part of the group up there? Because improv is something I've done a few times. I've done some workshops. I've done that kind of thing. I've never actually had a regular place to do it. That aside, if somebody wanted to get involved.
Yeah. We offer classes every couple of weeks or every couple of few weeks. So I think we have one starting up on the 19th of this month for level 1 people. So new students can start doing improv classes then. Okay. But yeah, we have it every couple weeks. We'll start a new level. We have someone Skyping in, I guess.
Is there somebody Skyping in?
A possibility of a Skype in.
A Skype by? We have a Skype by guest. I'll go ahead and turn the button on that way if anything pops up.
That can frighten us. Going on. Be very loud.
Because we've got about 8 minutes left. And okay. There we go. Okay, Mr. Skyper, are you on there?
I'm here.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
There he is.
You are Trey.
Yes, I am.
Welcome, Trey.
Hello.
How are you involved with this group here?
I guess I'm one of the founding members. Me, Adrian, and I guess David would be quote unquote founding members of this group.
Real quick, I've heard him described as the Triple H of the group. Do you think that's a pretty fair assessment?
Yes. David is definitely Triple H. Maybe I would say, who's Shawn Michaels? Maybe I'm Shawn Michaels.
Okay. The two of you together is pretty much just the DX of the
DX.
We are the D-Generation X of 42nd City.
Yes.
And you would probably describe Adrian as China?
Yeah, she's our China.
Yes. Oh my God.
She's built like China.
So now we got to figure out who Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and X-Pac are.
We've got our New Age outlaws back here.
Oh my God. I guess, Adrian's China. And I'm sorry that, yeah. And John, I imagine John is more of a newer wrestler, so maybe like a John Cena.
He's the face that runs the place at 42nd City.
Yeah, there you go.
He's the looks of the group.
Well, since you're on here, we do have time for a horoscope. I always try to read these out to guests when they come on. What is your sign, sir?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. See, good one we haven't had yet. It's been canceled apparently. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found Aquarius. Sick of politics? Sick of the way people treat you for your political views?
Yep.
The stars are here to help.
Yep.
Stop talking about politics altogether. Instead of letting your opinion be known, keep it to yourself. People will like you much better for it. Give it a try. Your lucky conversation topic is daisies and other spring flowers.
Oh.
Don't you feel fancy now?
Oh, yes. I feel wonderful.
Awesome.
So, guys, what do you think about daisies and other fancy flowers?
I like daisies.
Yeah,
daisies are my favorite flower because I'm the Triple H of 42nd City.
I was going to say, that's Triple H. You like daisies. Well, now that you called in, we're about to have to wrap the show up.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
It was really good having everybody on. We are going to have to call it a show. Unfortunately, it's just that time of night.
I'm very happy to have done this.
Yeah, that's been...
Yeah, we have a website.
Okay.
It's 42ndcity.com, and that's all one word. Don't go searching for 42nd City spaced out. It's all one thing.
Don't want you guys spaced out.
You will find some graphic things.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's actually
from my past that I do not want risen.
Yeah, don't look for 42nd City spaced out.
Yes. Just the one word. We have Twitter, we are on Instagram. Those are both 42nd City, I believe.
A Facebook page, I believe.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page as well.
And I believe I have, on my website, donsmithcomedy.com, I believe I have you guys linked. I have a link to your website as well as the Facebook page. And I don't think I have anything else on there, but I'll look around and see what
maybe we should put some more things on there.
Put some others. I will get everything on there. You'll have your own section.
The Triple H section.
The Triple H section.
I want my own damn section.
All right. Well, I think we're not even going to have to do a wrap up today, Jason. I think we're just going to have to end it now because it's like under 2 minutes before, and I don't.
I just want to tell everybody to check out WeDon'tHaveCookies.com. I just redesigned that. It's looking pretty good. And on the next podcast, we're going to have holy man Dwight McCormick coming in to bless the show and lift the curse. So that should be very interesting. I have no idea how that's going to go.
Here's a bad thing. We have a call coming in right now.
Oh, okay.
Why not? Hey, this is The Life. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air. This is The Life.
Wait,
that was my mother calling. She's embarrassed me yet again.
Yes, of course. I love getting hung up on. That's one of my favorite things. That's funny, but somebody on the air. That's the wrong number. I love that. That is the perfect way to end the show. With the wrong number. All right. Well, I want to thank all my guests that are in here. John, Joe, David, Adrian, everybody. Trey over on Skype there. And who were the guests earlier? There were other
Kristina
people.
Hughes.
This has just been a really full show. I want to thank everybody for being on the show. Thank Jason Marshall for setting this show up for us. Be sure to tune in next week, and also be sure to check out WeDon'tHaveCookies.com. And I'm probably just going to repeat everything as soon as I play this outro here, so we'll go ahead and get going.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you Monday.
Who are they Skyping to?